What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Head, and today we're going to do some retro reviews while I wait for new toys to come in. We'll talk later about how we want to set up the memberships and what will be involved in that. But today I pulled out some stuff while cleaning, which made me decide to do a review. And we have in front of you the Power to Prime's Blackwing and the Dreadwind, which form Dreadwing. Now, I'm also calling this series the Missed Opportunity series because Takara had a chance to repaint these into Hydra and Buster. Now, the thing with these is you can combine, they are also combiners, they have combiner ports, and we will show off the comparisons. We will look at each toy, we'll explain the parts that we have here so far. Also, we're not going to go forever with this either. You can place a Prime Master or Matrix Core in there, and I don't have one available. I think the closest one I have in front of me is probably the one that's in Predaking, and that one I'm not taking out because he's kind of rare. But you can combine him with the combiners. You can combine him with Hunger, Dreadwind, Ripper Snapper, and Center Twin, and they form like a robot. Actually, my use for this is coming up pretty soon. That will be part of the retro review. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, we'll look at the one that I like both of them equally. But we're going to look at this one first. This is Blackwing. Now, Blackwing is a retool of Air Raid. And we have the Takara version of Air Raid for comparison as well in here also. And Dreadwind is a repaint of Skydive. And we also have the Night Warrior Skydive for it as well. As you can see here, the jet is primarily gray and a turquoise with the blue and purple wings. And they do have I think these are stickers. The original wing thing from I can't even say his name. From Blackwing. Also, these are the Enigma ports. So basically, these are where you can use these as feet or hands. And you see they open up like that, and you can, use them as feet. You just flip that around, or if you want to use them as a fist, you can. And the cool thing about it is ambidextrous, so you can use it on either side. Pretty neat. I give Hasbro credit for that. As feet, they do have the ability. There's another part. I think I'm missing it. Am I missing a part? I don't know. But I do believe that, these are the little Enigma ports, but they also look like the original Power Masters or God Masters. But they don't have robots or anything in them. They should have made a special set from this. So Hasbro, you had an opportunity in this too. And you could put a Headmaster or Prime Master in the hole. And that's the same thing for the other one. All right, so we're going to put this back on. And we're going to leave this off for a second. Here is the jet mode. And you can see here, it does look good. I am impressed with this. This is one of my favorites. Actually, it sits on my shelf with the rest of some of my Master Force figures. The other one, here we go. And it's the same thing. Now, unfortunately, he looks odd because he only has this one gun. And either you're going to store this on top. This is what his will almost look like his Power Master. Or you can just put this on top. Okay. And he is primarily off-white, turquoise, purple. Same colors, but just in different areas. And of course, he's a different jet. Now, they do combine. It's not the greatest combination, but it does combine. But I didn't buy him for that. I bought him because, this is one of the last Transformers I got as a kid. I think it was called Dreadwind, or was it Dreadwing? I forgot what they called it. But anyway, I own this. And as a kid, this was my last Transformers. I'm 15 years old, and I gave these away to some little kids on the block. No joke. Because I was tired of playing with toys when I turned 15. Go figure. He does with two little tiny guns you can store on the side. He comes with the one gun, and of course, he has the retool. Now, the retool on these are mainly the head on him, and we'll show that off in robot mode. The head on him as well, but the arms are retooled. There is some retooling here because you have to connect, and you can see it right here and everything. So they'll all just kind of like, just dog wings, but I mean, they're not the right color. All right, but we'll see a combination at the end, and then we'll do the final, thoughts and everything. All right. Well, not at the end. It's actually going to be in the middle because we got to go to robot mode. Oh my gosh. I am so off today, y'all. It's been a weird week. But we're going to get through it. So we're going to move these out the way for a second to do a little quick comparison. All right. I had to exit for a second. I don't know why. So we're going to put these together And of course, we're back by YouTube Magic. And let's see here. So as you can see them all there in the different, forms and everything. Let's start with these two. So these two are identical, but there's a retooling at the wing. So his wing can rotate while his can't. There's no rotation here. On the underside, there is quite a few bits of retooling here. The arms are the same until you get to the top. So right here, they're remolded, and they're also remolded here. The head, of course, where he would be the normal, where it would fit here, his head is on an extra hinge, so you can have this part out, and this part's important. Also, he comes with different weapons than he does. Unfortunately, I have the weapons still attached to, no, they're actually in the box, so I don't have the weapons for him, unfortunately, because this has been in combined mode for quite some time. So that's still two. Stick them over there for a second. And then after that, we're going to look at these two. And as you can see here with the Japanese version, there is some slight extra paint apps here with the gold missiles, but the wings are identical. The feet are identical. The arms are definitely not identical, but they still have the same swing down feature. The chest is different. And of course, it does open up here. It's important. You're supposed to be able to put the port in there in robot mode. And of course, the head is different. And on the top here, the wings here, where there's this extra piece there that this toy does not have. So technically, his wingspan is a little wider than him. Well, actually, no. How did they pull that off? That's amazing how they did that. That's pretty cool. But as you can see here, it does look like they should be long. But as you can see here, they do share a lot of just everything. That's just how it is. So we're done with looking at these two. And then we're going to pause for the cause and we're going to come back. We're going to put them in combined mode. And after we show that off, we're going to show off the robot modes. Everything's going to be done in 2 and shortly. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have the combination mode into Dreadwing, which is a combination of their wing names, Blackwing and Dreadwind. It's it's only held by that 5mm port, and it just goes in there like that. And that's basically what you do. You fold all that back, and you got the dark. Well, you can't call them Darkwings because it's not the right color. But in Japan, if these were in the colors of Hydra and Buster, we would be like, Darkwings! You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, it's pretty good. I think there's some more they could have done with this to make it more cohesive, but they had to remold what they had, and they did a good job with that. So here it is, and this is how it looks, and yeah. So next, we're going to go to robot modes and sum everything up. And again, we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right, and we're back, and we're showing off the combined mode here, and I use them as legs. You can use them as arms. You can do whatever you want. I just like the way this looks. It's not perfect, but I would have loved to see him just like make like a black and purple theme combiner, like maybe make Superion character. I mean, there's so much opportunity with this. Oh man, but it doesn't look half bad. I would love to see it just a Decepticon repaint with the Superion, but I mean, I know. This is over. We're going to get something else soon. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get them in robot mode. And again, I'm going to be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have them in their robot modes. And we do have the, whatever these things are, Battle, Fist, Foot, whatever. Have them on. And what we're going to do is take them off. This is how they look. They're supposed to mimic that they have the Power Masters in them, and these are too big. So again, missed opportunity with these as well. I think they could have done a lot more to make these smaller, and not so much, even though I know they're combiners, because you can always recycle the combiner parts and just make these a little smaller. They would have looked a lot nicer than the way they are, and they don't fit that well. So for the rest of the video, you will not see these ever again, and you will not see these in the thumbnail either. I don't even want them on their arm because it just looks weird. Now we get to see more of the robot, and of course the articulation pretty much is the same. So the articulation, the leg goes out to here. Let's get this in frame. Leg goes out to here. Leg goes behind here. The bend. There's too much kibble there. On the head, because it can lean down, because you can push the body down. Head is on a decent ball joint. Mostly just swivels. 360 barely goes up and down. And of course the arms are the same with the round 360. Has the double elbow. Does have waist swivel, no feet swivel, no wrist swivel. Y'all boy freak out if you don't have that. And can they Van Damme? Not really. They were kind of limited back in the days. However, the look of them are stunning. And we'll look at him real quick. And this is Blackwing. So Blackwing comes with 2 guns. He has the wings, but they do rotate so you can get a different look. You can make him look more like an aerial bot, but why would you? And of course, he has 2 guns. He has a different head sculpt, and we'll take a peek at that. Right there, as you can see. That lovely head sculpt there. And yeah, he looks nice. And I mean, they did a good job with this retool for what they could do with Power to Primes. Same thing with him. He's got that amazing head sculpt that everybody loves, like that banded eyes sculpt. I still think the way they did it with the when they did the BotCon one, I still love that head sculpt on that one, but this one looks pretty good. All right, so what we're gonna do is compare them to the original characters that they are remolded from. And again, you can see the differences here. So he'll go here because he's this guy. So let's see. All right, so you can see here how his wings are shaped. The wings go onto his back. And so, you know, skydive, where the wings, how they fold here, they kind of are on a hinge and fold down. On skydive, they fit back here. And it's kind of weird because they do fit on the arm instead of on the legs. And when you move the arm, it does that. That was always something weird that I noticed with him. So you kind of keep the wings like this. And of course, they always look like they have like a little mini jet on the back. So that's the differences between these two, and that's his weapon. They are color coded as well in the Takara version. Don't know if they do that in the... I had the American version, but I sold mine off quickly to get the Takara version. And we're going to put them over here just for a second, and then we're going to bring in... I love the head sculpt on him. Golly, good job on him, man. Y'all just don't know, man. This is one of my even though I'm mad at the set, it's still a guilty pleasure for me. It's still a guilty pleasure for me, and I'm serious. Blackwing, these two are my favorites, and I mean, I love Air Raid. I love what they did with Air Raid because, you know, he's like, I think he's an F-15, or well, in the original was F-15. But I don't know they did with him now, but as you can see here, major heavy retool. Yes, the arms are the same. Yes, the legs are the same in tooling, but there's the repaint, of course, and everything is different all the way up to the top. So this is an example of great use of molding and remolding. Even though it's not trying to be super different, it does what it's supposed to do, and it was pretty cool. So until we get like an updated legacy version or something of that nature, they'll still be with my Master Force figures. So, all right, we're going to do a quick just group shot, and then we're going to sum it up. And of course, 2 and 2. All right, and here's a group shot. And in the background, there is Fans Projects. I can't remember the name of what they called him, but he is sick nice. That is the Legends version of Overlord. And these are these two in the front. And these are just a few of the Master Force figures that I own. I may review them someday, and that's going to be part of the membership to do the retro reviews. All right, so there's the group shot. These will be up next. Yes, but these will not be for everybody. These are going to be for the members only, because I really do want to review this guy. So, how do I feel about these two? Well, these two are great. I was really impressed with owning these two. I didn't hate on these. I actually liked what they did. I thought it was a good job. Thought what they did was superb. And for the fact that they used these molds to remold them into those two, I mean, they pulled it off, man. They really did pull it off. It's not perfect. No. But they pulled off as much as they could to make it look good. And this is why I'm mad, because we could have gotten that repaint. But during the time when Power to Primes came out, there was this whole unification thing, which really was the fact that y'all didn't know Hasbro is the big dog in this thing. Stop acting like they're not. They are. They call the shots. And don't think that Takara couldn't do these. They could have. But supposedly, the rumor was that they lost the contract for the Pokemon and they didn't have the money to paint. No. Hasbro is like, no. And there are multiple reasons why Hasbro probably did that. But when Power to Primes came out, you saw opportunities there. There are plenty of opportunities for Takara to really give us a few of those figures, like the Optimus Prime. giving it a better paint job than what they did in America. A lot of figures. But then we wound up getting a Select Star Convoy. So maybe this may come in selects. Maybe they may do a new one. Who knows? But until then, I really want to see these two. Whether it's in their original G1 colors or if it's in their Japanese G1 colors or if they do both separately or something, I'm with it. So I like these two. If you don't have these two, you can try to pick them up. I don't know how much they cost these days, but I don't think they're too expensive. They're fun to play with. If you're into Master Force, even though they're not the correct colors, they are the predecessors to be repainted to be on Master Force. So that's it. And this is my review. I like these two of Blackwing and Dreadwind. So this is Super Robot Ed bringing you more news and reviews. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.